I do this video every year where I look back at last year's video, looking back at last year's video, looking back at last year's video, looking back at the previous year's video, at the previous year's video. Is that how many? We're on number 6 now, right? Like, it's been 6 years since the original video, which means it's been 7 videos. Oh my God. And every year, before I start recording, I have to take a moment and think back over the year that I've just had. This year is interesting because when I first sat down to start recording, I was thinking, man, nothing has really happened. Like, because the previous few years have been, a part of me wanted to say chaotic. It was chaotic in the beginning. It was purely chaotic. We then moved into, if I remember correctly, a sort of gentle chaos phase where things sort of started to calm down, but I still had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And I sit here today in front of you, with life feeling stable in many ways, and in many ways the most stable that it has been. And also there are some areas where I have no idea what's gonna happen. I guess that's life, you know? Do you even know who I am? Do you know what you're doing here? Do you know what we are doing here together collectively? For any of you who don't know me, hi, my name's Alayna Joy. I make videos on this channel mostly about the queer community, sex, dating, and relationships. I am a queer therapist and a late bloomer lesbian of sorts. 6 years ago now, I realized that I was gay. While my life was very clearly on one path, a not gay path. And this realization during the peak of COVID changed everything, obviously. And because so many parts of my life were changing, I had to make a video explaining why and how my life was changing. And that is the video that started this tradition. So let's take a look back together at last year, and then I'll tell you where things are this year and everything that actually has happened, because after sitting down and thinking about it for 0.2 more seconds, like tons has happened this year. I don't know in what world I was thinking this had been an uneventful year. We'll get into it as we watch last year's video, I'm sure. In go the headphones, out goes reality. And let's pull this up. Wow. Here we are again. Okay, so first of all, hello, curls on point, makeup on point. Who's she? So cute. Since when? That's annoying. My hair today is like not listening to me, so that's annoying. I feel good coming into this video in a way that I don't remember feeling in past videos. This is just so interesting every single time, every single year. I recommend, even if you don't have a YouTube channel or you don't post videos anywhere, like for yourself, record a little video diary each year, reminding yourself of how far you've come and like freezing moments in time of your own experience, because it's so hard to accurately remember what you've all been through. And it's really fascinating to be able to look back in this way, because yeah, I did feel really good. And this year, in this moment, it's unique because I've just had a really hard month. It's a unique feeling of feeling really good generally, like life is really full and beautiful. And also, this month has been hard. So coming into the video this year, there's this level of sadness, but it's just like a layer on top. It's fleeting, you know, like it will pass. The well underneath is content, is positive, is fulfilled. Videos on this channel, mostly about the queer community, sex, dating, and relationships. I'm a therapist in training, and I have a show called Sleeping Around where I interview experts. Therapist in training! Therapist in training. That is one of the biggest changes. I'm no longer in training. Not only have I now been practicing therapy for multiple years, I am fully licensed. I am a fully licensed therapist and loving it just as much as I thought that I would. When I was saying that, like when I was doing my videos and I would say therapist in training, oh, I so was looking forward to the moment when I could just say therapist, fully licensed therapist. And now here we are. That's neat. Once a year, I rewatch the previous year's rewatching of 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 the original video from when I realized I was gay. These are also the videos where I remember every single year how my personality and humor and thoughts don't change. That's the one thing that's consistent on this channel. Part of my feeling less nervous is also that I have the sense that I wasn't that different last year to who I am today. Whereas like in previous years, it's almost felt like I was changing at such a rapid rate that I wouldn't relate or recognize that past version of me. I forgot that that was ever a thing I thought about because like I just said, I'm now in a place where I don't feel like I'm changing anymore. Integrated is the word that's coming to mind because of course it is. #therapist. I guess I feel a lot more aligned and closer to the different parts of myself. I feel comfier with them. They all feel like me more than they have in the past. That version of me, I feel so far away from her now. Like, who was that girl? I don't know her. What was I just saying? The reason that I feel less nervous. What was I just saying? I feel closer to that girl. Oh, these videos make me emotional. Like it is emotional to, wow. It feels big to feel close to versions of myself that just 2 years ago I felt completely disconnected from. I realized I was gay in the middle of a long-term relationship with a man, also in the midst of having made years of content about bisexuality. My editor here making a little note on screen saying, and let's not forget the global pandemic. It's so interesting because I do forget what a huge role COVID played in all of this. Fascinating, because again, wow, we've come around to where what did I mention today when introing this video? Not the long-term relationship with a man, but the global pandemic. Because this past year, I've spent a lot more time processing the isolation of that experience. There was years spent processing and working through recognizing my own sexuality and ending that long-term relationship and all of the changes that my life went through. And only recently have I started to look more at the impact of going through all of that in a lockdown and being literally separated from the people that I love, layer by layer. It feels like I'm moving through what that experience was really like. Layer by layer. Ending that relationship, that partner moving out, and me being literally by myself, completely isolated in our old apartment. That's what I'm saying. My friends have this picture of me from that time where I decided to start washing the walls in my apartment. I sent this selfie to my friends of like me washing the walls, and I remember them showing that photo to me later, like once everything had sort of calmed down, and being like, Alayna, there's nothing behind your eyes. And telling me that, you know, they obviously knew I was going through a hard time, but it was something about that photo and the look in my eyes in that photo that really lit up some concern in my friends. It was just me alone in my apartment washing the walls. The impact of all of that past had just started knocking on the door. Whereas now it's still there, but maybe it stopped knocking because the door is open. The door is open and I am in the process of being reunited. Yes. With that younger version of myself. Yes, I've been reunited. Last year I opened the door. This year she came on in and we've been having chats. Just started my master's program. I am in my first week of classes. Oh my god, that's so neat. I still feel the exact same way. I feel like this is so neat now. Okay, and now I feel like this is so neat now because I'm done. Like I finished. I graduated. I finished my thesis. I finished my practicum. Like I said, I have my license. My thesis is being edited for publication. And already it feels so far away that I forgot that that happened within the last year when I first sat down to film this. I was like, nothing happened this year. Oh, just graduated from my master's program, got married. Have we mentioned got married yet? We'll get there. I have also gotten accepted into a different version of the program that I reapplied to. I do keep forgetting that these videos
That version of me forgot,
sort
this version of me forgot.
I was originally in the MEd program, so a Master's of Education in Counseling Psychology, which doesn't include a thesis component. There's no research component. I transferred, which meant I had to reapply to transfer into the MA program, so the Master's of Arts in Counseling Psychology, which does have that research thesis component. Forgot that happened at all. I don't really think about how hard I had to work to transfer into the MA program because now I am like deep in my thesis. I'm about to do my proposal defense in front of my committee. I've also finished the classes. Whoa. I'm about to do my proposal defense. This girl hadn't even started writing the thesis. Okay, so it's been a year. We've done a lot this year. I defended my thesis proposal. It was accepted. I then wrote my thesis, defended my final thesis. It was accepted, and that was while I was doing my practicum placement at a group practice for therapy. I had one site where I was doing my one-on-one counseling, and I had another site where I was doing group counseling. I was then hired by one of those practicum sites as an associate counselor, and up until now, like literally up until next week, when there's another exciting thing happening, which I'll tell you about in a minute, I've been working there. Also to think about chosen family and how I guess that means we're in year 3.
Chosen family still going strong.
We're still recording. Anything, I think the show is getting better and better because the 3 of us are having more and more fun. We are still recording and posting every single week. If you haven't been there in a while, go back and check it out, see how things have changed, see how they've developed. And if you're looking for some new podcast content, go check it out. See where things are at now.
My relationship is with a woman, and I am also a woman, but like that just is.
So I have thought about the fact that I'm gay this past year more because I've started back in school for the first time since coming out. I am in an environment with a bunch of people that I don't know. Yeah, I've forgotten. Again, this is just my life. And now the times when I think about it are, because I'm still doing various therapy trainings and getting different certifications and everything. And so when I'm in those environments is always a reminder, because people tend to assume that I'm straight or married to a man, or anything over the phone where you are identifying you and your partner, they can't get the she pronoun right for my wife. She has a name that could be like a version of a male name, kind of, a little bit, like not really, but kind of. And so often I'll say her name and then they use he, him pronouns. And as we talk, I will use she, her pronouns. They just don't catch on. It's he, him all day, every day. There we are. That's all of them. Whoa. You can't even see the end. That was like a symphony of ums. I'm in a different place in every single one of these videos. I fear that I'm about to say, don't worry, we're staying in this one. Mark my words, I will still be in this same place next year. So we've got... Let me explain. Hey, we're in the same place, okay? I think last year me is about to say something will have gone terribly wrong if I'm not in the same place. I am, okay? Not going anywhere. Once again, if I'm not still here next year, something will have gone terribly wrong. Mark my words, I will still be here next year. I'm still here. I'm still here. Say it. Come back to bite me last time. You can say it. I'm still here. Have a part of a garage. There's a video coming on that because we're making it into a home gym. I may or may not be building a climbing wall. Is it too much? That video, it's still coming. Unsurprisingly, it's a bigger project than I expected to build a home climbing wall, a small one, and is something that I would like to know from all of you. Are you interested in climbing content? There was a period there where I was making more like out and about videos, and that was so fun, and I really liked doing it. I just haven't for so long that I don't know if that interests any of you anymore. So let me know.
Those things that I always wanted they might be in the cards for me, you know? Like, yes, I had to go through that period of
at least one part of it is
here.
I got married.
It's really vulnerable to be in love. It's really scary.
Wow.
You almost have to accept and embrace the fact that in the act of loving, you are opening yourself up to potential hurt.
Again, the shift is wild. That fear has also softened. And
Yes.
The fear has so softened, but not softened in a way where it's become mundane or routine, but deepened. Like, there is this deep feeling of care and love that is no longer so closely connected to a fear of losing it because I trust it. And I would say the same is happening in my friendships this past year. I've been working on finding authentic closeness. And it turns out that is making all of the relationships in my life feel fuller in so many ways. And that's like, again, that remains true. You know what it is? It feels like this year, where I'm sitting today watching this back, I'm reaping the benefits of the seeds that she was sowing. Like the seeds of processing that old stuff, the seeds of deepening friendships and practicing vulnerability. I am seeing the reward from that work.
Possible to say no. What I'm needing to learn first and foremost is to notice and discover what I actually want.
I'm noticing.
Yeah, still working on that.
The quadruple reactions is like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Oh, here, we know this one's coming. Oops.
Oops.
Took 4 years. Took 4 years, but we see it coming at this point.
Yeah, 5 years, we got it memorized. 6 years, second nature, muscle memory, baby.
When people
Yes,
would
I
go
did.
through relationships and go through really hard breakups or be experiencing jealousy or miscommunication, I was like, girl, calm down. What are you getting so worked up about? It doesn't matter.
4 years ago, I'm thinking people are being so dramatic. Now, I work with couples. I'm the person sitting in the room validating how difficult relationships can be and how real these emotions and experiences are. Fascinating.
I'm an adult, gay now. The gay aunt? I'll be the lesbian aunt.
I went from baby gay to gay cousin to lesbian aunt to, I guess I'll still be the gay aunt. Gay aunt. I love that. I'm like, I'll be the gay aunt, and my editor's like, and gay mom and wife. I'm gonna have a wife. And wife! She said it. I'm gonna have a wife. Now I do have a wife. I'm your gay wife aunt. I gotta think of a better one for that. What's my new identity this year? Like, it is wife, which God do I love that word, but it's also therapist. Like in this last video, I was almost a wife and almost a therapist. Now I am a wife and I am a therapist. And that the important thing is that you are being true to yourself.
Preach, Alayna!
She says that well. Every year, I can't do it better.
I was just thinking that. I've been thinking that this whole video is I'm like, I think I had a lot more revelations to provide in those early years because I was having a lot of revelations in those early years.
My hair still bugs me just as much. Like when
my God.
someone
Too, it never ends.
Just like let it do what it's gonna do. And this is where we're at.
This is what I'm
My
saying.
hair. This is let it do what it's gonna do. This is also let it do what it's gonna do. And you know what? This is important to show as well, okay? Sometimes this is let it do what it's gonna do, and sometimes this is let it do what it's gonna do. That's part of let it do what it's gonna do, is it does what it's gonna do.
I have a new project that I'm working on. A new podcast. My own podcast.
Wait.
Which I know I just said I'm sick of hearing my own voice, but hear me out. Where I'm gonna be interviewing other people. And
Sleeping
thinking about
Around
this and
wasn't
talking
out
about this
yet?
for-
Sleeping Around wasn't out yet. I love these videos. I love these videos. Sleeping Around season 1 is finished. It is up. It is in the world. It is done. I'm still trying to figure out where season 2 can fit into my life because I want to start doing it again so badly. But the biggest new project that's happening right now, like as we speak, next week is the first week, I've gone into private practice. I have opened my own private practice. It's currently not open to the public. My caseload is full, but I couldn't be prouder. Currently, I'm seeing individuals and relationships and focusing on relationships, attachment, identity, and trauma. And that looks a whole bunch of different ways, as you can imagine, for a whole bunch of different folks. But that's where so much of my energy has been going this year is into my practice as a therapist. This is the thing that I've been working toward for all these years. And it launches like now. I want that in here so that next year I can talk about however it's going.
And the Patreon and merch.
And all the other
Patreon is
things.
also still going strong. Bonus
Yep.
content.
Patreon is going strong. We are doing like a lot of uncut, unedited reaction videos over there. So like all of season 1 of Arcane is up unedited. You can watch the full episode with me side by side. We also just launched this year's pin. Ding! Which, you see the theme, you get the theme. You can still sign up on the Patreon and get a pin if you want. The promo technically ended, but feel free. Go sign up. I'll send you a pin or like a code to get a pin if you want. There's all sorts of fun stuff over there. I really, really work hard to make it a good place to be. It's linked in the description.
Too many things excite me. I want to do all of them. And that just is what it is. That just is what it is.
Yes,
I'll be
and this
taking
never
no further
ends.
questions.
The new thing that I'm loving and wanting to do that I have no time for, other than coin collecting. We don't even need to Pottery? get into that, but the coin collecting is out of control. Also have decided I'm learning Spanish. Spanish! The coins, girl, there's a whole new binder, okay? I now have really nailed down exactly what it is that I'm collecting, which is all Canadian coins. I want every single one of them. And the conservation series that the Canadian Mint puts out every year. There's a special loonie with a different animal on it, specimen sets. So that's where that has developed too. The coins are going strong. Spanish, we fell off. We fell off the Spanish bandwagon. It's been replaced by minute cryptics. If you know, you know. And you know, we did a stint with pottery, which was wonderful while it lasted. And now that things are once again settling into a routine with my clients and therapy, the focus right now is getting back to climbing because I have not. But we'll be back. We'll be back. We never stray far from our first and truest love, climbing. My takeaway from this year, trying new things is hard. Saying no is hard. Figuring out what it's getting easier.
you want.
It's sure getting easier.
All of these things are so worth working on. I've been working on all of these things consciously, and this past year, I'm starting to see the benefits of that work. Those seeds that I was just starting to see grow, they are blooming. They're blooming just like the plants in the background. Oh God, takeaway from this year. The takeaway from this year is maybe things will never stop growing and changing, and that's kind of a wonderful thing. The only thing truly consistent is change. You know what? I think I like it. I think I like change when I choose it and it's like controlled and I can plan it and choose it and do it myself, just the way that I want to do it. Oh, hello world. Maybe what I'm realizing is that I actually really like that about myself. I like that I have a lot of different interests, and I like that I can find something new and get really excited about it and throw myself in fully. Building the life that I dream of, there is joy in the actual building. That's the thing that I think I'm working on right now, is to try and be less focused on getting to this thing that I want and be more present and try and savor as much as I can the road to get there. There is a high chance that if you're not enjoying the journey, drink, throwback, once the shininess of the destination has worn off, things are not gonna be all that different. Okay, I have to go. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, my Patreon is linked in the description. There's so much great stuff over there. A huge thank you to my VIP patrons, my vitally important producers. Every single video, every single month, every single year. Thank you. Follow me on Instagram if you don't already. And that's it for me today. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Have they changed? Can you see a difference? This one, it looks like there's less leaves, but there's not. This leaf is just bigger and brand new and actually has a striation, which is an exciting development.